Well, this was that morning that it was doing a little bit of sleeting and I think a little bit of snowing on us. And freezing cold. Gosh dang, it was cold. I couldn't hardly get warm.
Yeah.
And somebody didn't tell us to bring a chair. There's only one chair in the blind.
Yeah, Joe,
so
poor
I was
old
sitting on my knees or on my Indian style the whole morning.
Well, I didn't take you to raise, guys.
Poor old Joe sitting on his knees all morning in there.
Yeah.
I said, well, he could have told me there wasn't a chair
Normally
in here.
I'd switch off. I'd sit on my knees after a while, and then they'd get sore. Then I'd sit down just on the ground. And I couldn't see out the blind because when I'd sit down, the blind was up over me, where I couldn't see out.
Yeah, we hadn't heard a single turkey that morning at all, and we just went up to that blind. And there was a lot of sign up that ridge where the turkey's been using it.
Yeah.
So we just when we walked up there, so we just sat down in that blind and started calling everyone. We had a hen before we even stepped in the blind. We had a hen come.
We was just standing there looking around, thinking what we was going to do, and here come a hen. She come probably 20 yards.
Yeah, if that.
We
was standing right in the middle of the road.
We just standing on the road holding the gun, the camera, and everything, and trying not to move because she was right there in the road with us.
Because I'd called right before we stepped in the blind, and I mean up over the hump she come, and here she come. Joe said, "There's a turkey right here to the left," and I looked over there, and well, here she come. Yeah. And she'd stare at us, and then she'd yelp, and finally when we got her to leave, we stepped in the blind. We was just sitting there calling every once in a while, and here come them jakes, and I mean when they stepped out in the road, and I cut just a little bit, didn't I think? And
yeah, well they just kind of walking across the road, and he cut, and they all stood up and looked around. They seen that decoy, and they just was coming running.
Yeah. Just like you was reeling them in. Yeah. I mean, and then
when they was about to get close enough, I was flipping the safety off. They took off running even faster. And I thought, oh, they're really wanting
some
to come
of them
in.
flew over
then
our
they
head.
took off flying and flew right over the blind. And then that's when we seen that dog.
Yep,
the dog run through the
dog.
Yeah.
So.
What just happened, Joe?
Turkeys got run off.
Oh, had some
vermin problems.
Stupid house dogs run right in on us, didn't we?
Yeah.
We had about freaking.
There's at least 6.
Oh gosh. 10 more steps. That's all it would have took.
Yeah, I was gonna let them get in there right on the decoy before I.
Gosh. That's hard luck right there.
Yeah.
Oh well. Stuff happens, I reckon.
Yeah.
We decided to let her split up about as good as you can get them split up and just be like a fall.
Yeah, so basically you just use
we
fall
just
tactics.
We just had set, and about 30
Pretty
minutes
much,
later,
yeah. We didn't say a whole lot.
Came
We
back
just,
through there.
just clucked every once in a while, just a little old rough Jake yelp, but not very loud. And it was a little bit that hen that we seen first off that morning before we even got in the blind. She come back, and then that Jake come back.
And she popped up just less than 10 yards from the blind. All of a sudden, she came from behind us and was just right there.
Yeah.
And Jake wasn't very far. They found each other.
But there was no discussion about not shooting a Jake that morning. The kind of morning we was having whenever we got this.
Well, it was the second
It's getting
week.
towards the end of the season.
In the second week, just about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I was ready to. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered if it was the first day. I still would have shot Jake.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. I try, and it's everybody to their own on that. But I try to judge what my turkey situation is like in the area.
Yeah.
That particular year, if I've got an abundance of jakes, there's going to be so many of those jakes that something's going to catch.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I may as well be eating that turkey breast.
If there's a legal turkey standing in front of me, it's in trouble.
Yeah, and so I try to just use good judgment on what I shoot, and again, I'm not going to apologize for occasionally shooting a jake because we like to eat turkey just like this afternoon. We had an awful good deer fry this afternoon here, finishing up the deer meat from last year. It's about another month to
bow season
and I'm not going to apologize for that.
No.
If I've already shot a Jake and I still got time left, I might think about passing a Jake, but
Yeah.
That's about as far as I'll go, is thinking about it.
I do sometimes. And, you know, I mean,
At least he's honest, you know. He's really honest.
Well, I can honestly say that morning's probably the worst weather-wise morning I can ever remember ever turkey hunting. And
that wasn't the morning it was snowing, was it?
It was
It
sleeting.
was sleeting.
kind of sleeting and
It had
kind of
already
spitting
rained
snow.
the day before. Everything was wet and cold.
So
I
we
was
had
sitting
some
there on my
horrible
butt and my
days.
knees
I was
and my
just-
pants and my.
Because
I was
somebody
wet,
didn't
yeah.
manage to get you a
Yeah,
chair.
they
And
said go on up there to the blind hunt.
maybe after you get your new Bean Creek hat that you need, maybe you can get a chair and a blind.
One step at a time.
Okay, I'm on it. All right. She goes. She's still just right here. There she is. Well.
He's trying to flop on off.
Might better get up there and get to him. Go ahead and run her off. Be all right. Yeah, it's just a Jake, but crappy mornings we've had, I'll take it.
It'll taste good.
Yeah, it will. Look at her. Look at her. She's gonna come right out there to him.
You still got that going?
Yeah.
That's probably the hen that was.
I just
Out
about
here
bet
this
you.
morning?
Yep, I bet you that's that hen that come in on us when we was trying to get set
Yeah,
up.
before we even got in the blind, she
Yeah.
just stood there and looked at us.
Yep.
Or didn't even look at us.
A little bit bigger bird than I thought it was.
He's a big bird for Jake, ain't he?
Yep. I thought it was.
Well, give us a little rundown what kind of morning we've had, Joe.
Well, it's cold and windy. Rained yesterday. We didn't hear any gobbles this morning. They come sit in this blind, get out of the wind. And called a couple times trying to locate one, and the hen that we see in the video came walking by us right away and didn't want to leave us alone. And finally we got set up and hadn't set very long. Them 6 jakes came in.
Thought we had the deal sealed in, didn't we?
Yeah, we thought it was all over with then. They was coming like they was on a string. And they took the air and flew right over our blind. And a couple of neighborhood dogs came trotting up through there.
Kind of blowed that deal.
Yeah.
Kind of just stuck around then after that.
Yeah, nowhere else to go.
Figured-
Nothing was gobbling.
Figured they'd want to get back together, so we just hung tight and just done a little bit of soft calling, a lot of clucking every once in a while.
Yeah.
Got them drawed back in, one of them anyways.
Yeah, one of them. There's still plenty left for next year too.
Yep.
I've had a pretty rough season. My first opportunity so far this year.
Normally wouldn't kill a Jake, but considering the
Yeah. Yeah, this morning.
conditions, we just went ahead and
Yeah, this morning I'm more than happy with the jig.
yep.